Hey guys, I'm Noelle and welcome back to my channel, and we are going to be officially starting our Disney Princess Challenge. Okay, so the rules that I am going to be following for the Disney Princess Challenge are slightly different than the original rules. The original rules were by Miss Plain, but I'm going to be following these rules here just because they include the newer packs. For example, one of the only rules I think added to the first gen, Snow White's gen, is that we must befriend a flock of birds and at least one rabbit, because obviously if you know Snow White, and honestly majority of the Disney princesses, they are always interacting with animals and everything, but especially Snow White. Snow White is definitely known for interacting with all of the woodland creatures. So that is one of, and I think the only added rule to this challenge. Some of the rules that we have to do for the first gen is we do have her as the soulmate aspiration. We don't have to complete it or anything, but we have that as her aspiration. Like I said, befriending the flock of birds and the rabbit. We have to have 7 children to represent the 7 dwarves, and they all have to have at least one negative trait, and they all have to have the same parents. So they all will have the same father. And each kid, before they become teenagers, have to either get level 5 in one of the toddler skills, reach level 3 in all of the toddler skills, or complete their childhood aspiration or become a grade A student. So one of those things before they become a teenager has to be done. So to me, it kind of gives off 100 baby challenge vibes with that. So I think that one won't be too hard. And then they also need to have one positive trait, I guess, as they become teenagers. And then another rule is Snow is never allowed to have strangers in her home. And she has to obviously work from home. And Snow White cannot get married until after all of the 7 children are born and everything. The last dwarf or child is going to be the next gen. At least the female one. So that is all of the rules that we will be going by. Basically, it's pretty simple. Have 7 kids, give them a decent upbringing, and that's the moral of the story. So we are going to go ahead and get started. One thing, obviously, that, we were contemplating before we started was what we would officially have Snow White looking like, whether or not we would do a more modernized version of her, or if we would do a more classic fancy dress situation Snow White. I decided that I wanted to do more of a modern version, so I decided to make her Disney princess look, her formal look, and then the rest of her looks are just a play on her colors in normal clothes. So that's what we're gonna go with Miss Snow. I did also add in a little Prince Florian, I think is what the prince's name goes by. I think in the movie he is referred to as just the prince, but I think now and later days and stuff with so many other Disney princes, not princesses, but princesses too, but with so many other Disney princes, they did finally give him a little name, Prince Florian. So I did add him in, so we need to stumble upon him. It would have been very convenient if he just strolled by, but we're not technically supposed to be meeting strangers in our own home anyway, so we will have to venture out a little bit to go and meet the prince. She can't walk across here, so I think what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna just have to build this little section up so she doesn't continue to go all the way around across that terrain tools. It's a struggle. So, unfortunately, I've been recording for, a little bit of time. Or at least I thought I was recording for a little bit of time. Apparently not. So, unfortunately, you guys did not get to see that. Not much happened. We were trying to find our Prince Florin. We went to 2 different locations. We went to the park in Windenburg, and we also went to the ancient ruins in Windenburg. No prince there. We couldn't find him, unfortunately. So today, since it is a new day, we are going to attempt to try and find him. I think we're going to go to the bluffs because I put down a little castle, and that's where I put Prince Florin in. near on that like little like island neighborhood anyways. So maybe because the bluffs are closer to where his actual house is, maybe he's there. And then I'm also thinking maybe we could go to the little estate place that's like behind where Snow lives. And maybe he's there. You know, a prince is most likely at an estate, but also we need to make sure, at least I would like it to go in the way of us just happening to stumble upon some, you know, plants and whatnot and harvesting them. And that's the plants that we would use for our little backyard garden. Instead of like actually buying seeds, I'd rather, you know, forage them in the forest and whatnot. But worst case scenario, we will just have to go ahead and buy some seeds. So I'm gonna let her relax in the bath for a little bit. And then we will get her fed, and then we will be on our prince hunt. Because we have a house ready for children. We are just missing the children part of the house. So that is our main and only focus right now. And while she's doing that, I'm just gonna have a little look-see, peek-see, you know. It's 10 a.m. Maybe, possibly, there might be a few princes running around. Not a prince, but it's a person running around. Let's see, we might look out. That's a child. Okay, we found no princes, so we have to travel to try and find our prince. So we will travel to the bluffs, like I said, and hopefully, maybe, possibly, we can find him there. Again, not much going on here, but we're just gonna, you know, explore a little bit, you know, take our time here in the hopes that maybe, possibly, a prince will come. I know it's a wrong Disney princess, but, you know, maybe that song can still, you know, help us out somehow. Someday our prince will come, hopefully soon. And there's not much over here. I was thinking that maybe she can, like, do some foraging or anything. A few holes to dig, but that's about it. See, this is the common problem, is none of these plants are, like, harvestable. It'd be cool if we could actually go down here. You know, do some cliff jumping, I don't know. I mean, I probably wouldn't want to cliff jump here or at all, really, for that matter. That just, you know, sounds super scary to me. But, you know, it'd be cool if, like, The Sims could do it. I wouldn't do it, but The Sims can. Okay, apparently the bluffs, not much going on over here. Prince clearly doesn't like the bluffs. It's not his cup of tea. He wants nothing to do with it. Well, we won't go home. What we'll do is we will go back to, where is it? We will go back to the little estate place. If this doesn't work, maybe we just need to go to the prince's castle ourselves and just knock on the prince's door and say, hey, we want to have some babies. We want to have some babies. Let's have some babies. That might be the last resort. I'm trying to make this organically, but clearly the prince must be a homebody, or we're just not going to the right locations. There's plants over here. They're not harvestable, though. What about these? These are covered. I was hoping that we could harvest something over here, but looks like that's a no. Maybe we can find a prince in the maze somewhere. Nope, not looking like it's happening. There's lots of ghosts here. I don't know if that's, you know, something that we really want, though. Starting to think maybe the prince doesn't exist in this town. Okay, so I've circled the estate a couple of times so far. Only male we've really seen, Dominic. So far, the only people we've interacted with have all been married. This is seeming to be a bit of a problem. Okay, so I might have to go get over my, like, I wanted her to find love in a, like, natural setting of, like, in the woods or something. Because clearly, the prince is not into the woods, doesn't care for the woods. So unless we want to end up breaking up a marriage, we're gonna have to expand. Oh, here's some people over here. Nope, they're all, I think, married. I mean, maybe the prince is a partier. Maybe he likes the city life, so maybe we should try that out. Okay, we're trying the nightclub option. I mean, I don't think it's quite night yet, but I mean, hey. But hopefully we'll give it a little time. Maybe some people will appear. You know, in the meantime, we'll do a little small painting. Continue to make some small revenue. Wait, okay, we have some people. Why is Dominic in every location? Can we please see someone other than Dominic? I'm almost tempted to just, like, delete him. Okay, but there is other people here, and luckily they are men. So we have Hector. So we'll go ahead, we're gonna stop painting. We're gonna introduce ourselves to Hector. We're gonna introduce ourselves to Tristan. That's another thing, is I feel like a lot of the people that are coming are mainly, adults, not young adults. I mean, not that, you know, that's a huge deal, but it would be preferable if they were, you know, younger, closer to our age, not married, like Simon or Dominic. Honestly, can we just tell the married people to go away? That would be lovely. Can I tell you to go away? With MCC command sheets, I can. Make them leave. Make Dominic leave. Only single people allowed. So we're gonna give ourselves some options. I mean, because a whole day is already passed and we still have not met Prince Florin. And I don't want to resort to having to just, like, literally knock on his door. So these are gonna be, like, backup plans. If he doesn't work out, these guys hopefully will. This nightclub? Pretty boring. Pretty dull. Not much going on here. We might try out another nightclub. I mean, it is only 7 o'clock. Maybe that might be the why the nightclub's not really, you know, a hit. But, you know, the DJ's even left. I'm having terrible luck with this. I think we're just gonna have to go to his house. The prince is definitely a homebody, apparently. Likes to stay at his home, which is understandable, you know. He is literally right outside of his house. We're finally meeting the prince. We're gonna just chit-chat with him, you know, get to know him a little bit. Because we need to get a move on. We're already behind, you know, it's been 3 days. We could already be pregnant now. We could already be in, like, the 2nd trimester or something by this point, if we were able to meet him, like, on the 1st day. Come on now. So this is Prince Florin. I try to give him, again, he's, like, literally running away from us. I don't think the prince wants to, like, have any association with, Snow White. That's the conclusion I'm getting. But, as I was trying to say, I try to give him, you know, Prince Florin's vibes. Because he kind of had similar colors going on as Snow. Like a red, blue kind of situation going on. I don't know. I think the prince might not like us. He's definitely keeping, you know, his social distance from us, for sure. Apparently, the prince is innocent. He has an innocent personality archetype. It's very interesting that this whole conversation is happening at a fairly good distance. Maybe he's a very guarded prince. Maybe he's been, you know, fooled before with women wanting to get to know him or something. Maybe that's the issue, and he's just like, you know, he keeps his distance. He doesn't want to get too close to people because, you know, he doesn't want to get hurt, obviously. So we're definitely, I think, maybe gonna have to take this a little bit slower than what I would personally like as far as trying to get through this challenge. But, you know, we respect boundaries here. Oh, he has a lover personality archetype. Okay, so we're gonna do a little cloud gazing with the prince. We're closing the distance. Look at those two. They match very well. They have very similar aesthetics and vibes, I think. You know, obviously with having the similar color scheme, they'd have to match a little bit. We finally successfully found our prince. Took us 3 days, but we found him. You know, I think this is a good start. We're slowly but surely breaking down his walls a little bit, building a nice, solid friendship, and then eventually, hopefully, it'll become more, blossom into more, you know, all that. I should see if she's even attracted to him. I hope she's attracted to him. It would be a shame if she's not. Yeah, she finds him very attractive. Don't know much about him, but finds him very attractive. So we definitely need to get to know him more. But the sun has set. You know, it's definitely time for us to go home. You know, we have things to do at home. And now that we finally met the prince, that's one thing ticked off. It's not ticked off of our actual goals, but it's leading us to our goals, and he's also going inside anyways. But now, since we don't have to worry about hunting for the prince all day anymore, we can also start focusing a little bit more on like our other tasks and everything, which mainly is just making sure that we find a rabbit to befriend and then start talking to our birds a little bit more. And then also along the way, making the prince fall in love with us so we can have his 7 children. Lots of stuff to do, so, you know, it's just getting started. We're just getting started here. I think before we go to bed, we should, like, have a little chit-chat with our, bird friends. And we can also gift them. We can take a gift from them, so we're finally at a good point in our relationship. We're going to discover a little bit more about their, gifting preferences. Oh, we can sing to the birds. We can... Classic Snow White! I don't know if the birds would like our singing, though, because we're not good singers. I don't think she has any singing skills, so maybe that's something that we should work on. And Snow White's supposed to be, like, you know, have a lovely voice and everything, so maybe we should learn how to sing. Oh, look at that! A little bird flew right to her hands! Oh, because it was giving her a bird cross-stitch pattern. You know, we could take up cross-stitching. That'd be cool to take up. Could make some money from it. See, we're like halfway there with our bird friendship situation. Her voice isn't terrible. It's not terrible. I don't know how much the birds would like it, but they don't seem like too mad at it. They're like tweeting along to it. It didn't negatively impact our relationship. They're doing little things like it was great. They loved it. They loved the singing. Okay, we can give them a little gift. Looks like they would prefer a veggie meal or milk. But basically the only thing we have is a flower. We harvested some bluebells because apparently that's the only thing that we could find to harvest. But they liked it anyway, so that's great. So we have a solid friendship with the birds. We just need to find a rabbit. And we do have a rabbit hole, so maybe we should like look around the rabbit hole a little bit more often, and then maybe we find, you know, some rabbit friends. We'll have a grilled cheese. We've had salad before, so we'll just do grilled cheese. Keep it simple. She's just a naturally great cook. It's either that or this stove or this fridge just does wonders. I don't know. Something about this place. Snow is making amazing food, and yet she's literally only cooking level 3. But all of her food has been excellent. So, natural cook, and we also have a floating light that's definitely supposed to be on the wall. There we go, we fixed that there. I'm sure there will be more of that we'll find. It took me this long to find that one though, so... I mean, like right here, we have a brick wall randomly right here. That's another problem. But, you know, it's good that we're finding these things now. We need to start doing some laundry. That's one thing we do need to do. But I don't, you know what? We're not going to do that right now. We're not going to do that right now because we don't have time for that. She's tired. It's midnight. We'll go to sleep instead. But tomorrow, that was something that we'll probably go ahead and try and tackle for then. She has a hamper, but she's not throwing the clothes in the hamper for some reason. Okay, apparently the hamper's not working. And apparently, Vlad is... I'm sending him home. You're going home. You're not coming after us, Vlad. Stay away from us. You're going home. We're not allowing that. No. No vampires in this storyline here, Vlad. And I think on that note, I'm going to end the video here. We finally at least found our prince. At least we found that. Hopefully we make a little bit more progress next time. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did enjoy it, you guys can go ahead and give it a thumbs up. You can also do a little comment down below. And you can also subscribe to my channel for more videos just like this. Thanks again for watching, guys. See you soon. Bye!